Welcome to this tutorial on route parameters in NestJS. In this tutorial, we will explore how to use route parameters to create dynamic RESTful service using NestJS. Let's get started. Route parameters is a dynamic segment within a URL path serving as a placeholders for actual values in a route. They enable our application to handle requests in a more flexible and dynamic manner, responding with relevant content based on the values passed in the URL. For example, suppose we need to create a service in our app that returns a product based on its product ID. The best way to implement this endpoint is to receive the product ID as a route parameter. In that case, our URL might look like /dashboard/product ID, where ID is a placeholder for the product ID. For instance, accessing dashboard/product/40 or dashboard/product/41 would fetch the products with ID 40 and 41 respectively. Let's see how this can implement in NestJS. I am in the process of creating a new endpoint that will receive a product ID as input and return the corresponding product. The method I created for this purpose is named getProduct. This method is designed to take the product ID and integrate it into the response. The primary objective here is to illustrate how we can retrieve a route parameter within our controller function in NestJS. As this is a new endpoint, it is necessary to add the @get annotation to specify the HTTP method being used. The URL for this endpoint is product/ID. In this case, ID acts as a variable serving as a placeholder for the URL parameter. That is why we are using :ID here. Furthermore, we need to use @param annotation to capture the ID URL parameter in our function. NestJS will automatically map the ID from the URL to this method argument ID. Our new product endpoint is now set up and ready for testing. I will initiate the request to this service using Postman. We should then expect to receive a response that is specifically tailored based on the provided product ID. I opened the Postman. URL for our new endpoint is dashboard/product/ID. Here I am passing ID as 10. Yes, I received the response. I am invoking the service by passing a new ID 11. We can see our endpoint received the URL param ID from our request and used in the response. Another important thing is the argument for the @param annotation in NestJS is optional. If you don't specify a particular parameter, NestJS provides you with an object containing all the request parameters. In that case, to access the specific parameter from this object, you would use the dot operator. Basically, specifying an argument directly in the @param annotation allows you to cherry pick the parameter you needed. That is all about route parameters in NestJS. Thank you for watching this video.